both players, so let's get started with game number 1 of this Div 1B match. 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We are off. Immediate different starting positions, these players. SV just having all of his pieces shuffled over a little bit from memes. But both players are going to score the first Tetris regardless. Nice clean stacking from these players, as you'd expect. And the first two Tetrises are going to fall down. Tetris for SV. Meme with some overhangs and now a double well setup, but is Tetris ready on top of that, or beneath that double well setup I should say. We'll take a stunner Tetris with that drought. We've got 69,000, hey now. And hello, Blue Scooty's grandpa, rooting for Meme. Meme gets the T-spin into the Tetris, is going to have to take a double. We'll be a bit behind on pace early on, but not too much at all. SV is going to Tetris up to 1-14. Meme just has 3 extra lines burn, as SV is currently perfect. Ooh, that early shift of the square means Meme's going to have to take more burns now. SV has taken his first couple, as he's waiting on this bar, but gets the bar, gets the Tetris. Meme taking a triple. Another Tetris for SV. Tetris for Meme. Bring this board down. Tetris for SV. A Tetris and a half lead so far, and has an extra 3 lines in hand. That L placement's going to leave an annoying overhang, and not much is going to be able to solve. Just going to have to take some skins there. Who gets the bar, gets the Tetris, brings us down some more awkward overhangs now for SV. These squiggly pieces for SV is going to force him into a awkward situation now with a hole in the board and a high right hand side. Going to block the well briefly, but reopens it, trying to keep that hole in column 5 open, but has to block it. Has to reclose the well as the bar comes. As Meme takes a Tetris, another bar SV can't use, but gets open, gets the bar, gets the Tetris up to 238. But now it is neck and neck. 241 for Meme, 240 for SV. SV taking a split double here. He's trying to bring this board down and fill in these holes. Meme takes a Tetris and will take the lead up to 264. SV gets clear, gets the row 2 Tetris, and is going to be stacking here on row 2 as Meme takes another Tetris up to 310. So now a Tetris and a half lead as we're about halfway through these 18 speeds from Meme. Not much of a lead, but still significant. Both players score another Tetris. SV still on row 2. A pair of bars, one after another, is going to let SV open up that hole in the centre. Get the skim to transfer down if he can get anything that'll fit in that hole, but the T comes, but it's hard to build up around that quite a bit. And that hole in column 2 and the bar, a miss roll of that bar, forcing double bar dependencies. There's really Meme's opportunity here. SV getting nice bars as he opens up that bar dependency. Meme setting up, gets a skim and a Tetris up to 384. It was a missed bar. Oh, of course. Missed bar spin. Thank you for pointing that out. I do not see bar spins that well at all. Oh, and missed T-spin, I'm not sure if that was intentional, but the not spinning that T actually worked out really well for his board. Gets another skim and gets Tetris and gets clean, does SV, as Meme is now doing a bit of cleaning up. SV only a Tetris and a half behind. We'll take a Tetris up to 404 at 109 lines. Meme at 420, Tetris up to 443, so Tetris and a half lead for Meme. SV now throwing that Z on the right hand side and has to build up this middle a lot. SV getting well opened as Meme drops that T on the left-hand side, is going to be burning this board down a little for her own safety, as we're about to hit the 19 speeds very soon. Doesn't get the double roll of that L underneath to fill in that overhang. So Meme is going to have some digging to do, as SV gets a pair of Tetrises to go into the level 19 transition at 485. Nice and clean, nice and easy. Or at least should be, getting droughted early on, but Meme is still in this big dig. As that bar dependency open in the center, column 3 bar dependency is just going to double into transition 503. SV Tetris to 540 is already on level 20. Another Tetris up to 566 for SV. Meme feeling the brunt of this drought to the early 19 speeds. Another drought now for SV as he goes into level 21, but gets the Tetris. Tetris for Meme up to 542. SV is 7 lines ahead and 2 Tetrises ahead. In terms of pace, it is neck and neck. It's just, there's been quite a few droughts here, so Meme's probably not going to be able to realise that pace. So yeah, we'll take a single and a triple, gets the bar, gets the Tetris, and is now going to fall behind a Tetris of pace. Another Tetris for SV. Tetris for Meme, simul Tetris there in level 22 for Meme, 23 for SV. And the Tetris for both players. They may have been a full level apart, but the Tetris came at the same time. Another Tetris for Meme, Tetris for SV. SV just holding onto this lead, playing very efficiently through these 19 speeds. 100k real-time lead, but is ahead by 8 lines still. So that's a 3.5 Tetris lead in real time. Gets the Vits, does SV, needs a J for that left-hand side, gets a bar, it's going to fill things in a bit, gets another bar, fills it in more, another bar, took a double in the meantime, and another bar is going to get the row 2 Tetris that he burnt down to row 2 with that bar. Going to have another hole, he's going to take some skims to fix, gets it open, gets clean, gets the bar, gets the Tetris, up to 867 for SV. Tetris for Meme, 784. Tetris for SV, 901, playing on row 2 right now in level 26. Tetris for Meme, 817. Tetris for SV. Still piling on these Tetrises, still 3.5 Tetrises in the lead. Tetris for Meme, 849. Tetris for SV, 968. But it's 12 lines ahead now, so that pace lead has now shrunk to a half a Tetris. If Meme can get all these Tetrises. Tetris for SV, and is ready for another Tetris for SV, going into level 28, has had that overhang, he's had to block off as well. That bar, not what he wanted there, he's going to put quite a bit of weight on that right hand side that he's got to burn through. He's going to use most of his lines before the kill screen, and just getting back open. We'll get open with 1 line to go before kill screen. Is Tetris ready? Tetris and Meme into level 28, 960. SV already has the max on board. It's going to take the triple into kill screen, A49, but it's up so high. Not high, no, not low enough. Bar did not come, and SV is going to top out at A49. Could not bring the board down. Did not get the bar. But Meme's now feeling this drought as well. Goes into kill screen A11, but has a much more survivable board. He's going to be just burning this down. Gets a triple up to A27. Thank you, King. A33 for Meme. She still needs to dig this down. Or not dig this down, but just survive. Has that bar dependency in the center, and it's getting droughted again. Terrible piece sequences here in this first game, but she's getting more burns. Just a couple more, and that burn is going to do it. Meme is going to take game 1. She's going to survive those piece sequences and come out of it on top. SV did have the lead into kill screen. Just had that horrible sequence and was not prepared for it. I swear they always come right before transition. Meme 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Again in Game 2, we're seeing different placements from these players from the very first piece. Meme is going to end up with a slightly more dependent board. We'll get the J for that left-hand side, but now he needs to build up this right a little. Both players waiting on the bar. SV going to get the bar, and a simul Tetris going to come for these players. SV with the Vits, another Tetris for Meme, and a Tetris for SV. These overhangs for SV gets a nice L, and the J, perfect pieces here for SV to build up this board. It was perfectly square, just waiting for this bar. Both players are high on the board. SV can't use it, Meme can. So we'll be taking the lead as SV going to have to take the skims, trying to reopen this well. And get back Tetris ready. We'll get Tetris ready again as Meme takes another Tetris, SV takes the Tetris. Meme is currently undefeated in this season of CTL. Is 4-0. SV not had a bad season so far himself either. Is currently 3-1. And that is currently putting him at a 4th in the Div 1B leaderboards. Fourth could be enough to get him into the playoffs if he keeps that position. But if he wants to be secure and not have to face one of the top seeds in the first round, he's going to want to get a few extra wins in these last 3 matches. Winning against Meme here would certainly be a feather in his cap. But he is currently up high waiting for the bar. The bar's now coming, a 29-piece drought for these players. Nice T-spin up high there for SV. Going to open up the right-hand side again. Gets the bar, had to block it off, so that bar's not going to be Tetrising. Meme also in a dig. Neither player is, well, SV is just up so high as he waits for this bar and getting droughted again, but gets the bar, gets the Tetris, brings the board down. Has now a slight lead. Tetris for SV, expanding that lead a little. As Meme now also experiencing the drought, but gets the bar, gets the Tetris to 190. Tetris for SV. Meme also currently playing on row 2. But is clean and Tetris ready besides that, gets the bar, gets the Tetris. Tetris for SV. Tetris for Meme. Tetris for SV. SV currently ahead by 53,000 points, 290 to 237. That's 2.5 Tetris lead, but is ahead by 9 lines, so it's not that different here. Meme taking some skims, takes the Tetris, as does SV. Another Tetris. Seed shown some early difficulties for these players, but they seem to be in the groove. SV had that overhang, but is going to get the pieces to fill it in and get the Tetris. Oh, and the Vits adjustment there for SV. Wow. Some flashy splays are on display here from SV. Tetris for SV. SV now taking some burns as his Meme. Neither player perfectly clean. But Meme is going to get the right hand side open first, gets the bar as SV gets a column 2. Row 4 Tetris and another one. Whoa, the overhang took adjustments there for SV. Those were crazy, and is going to get him the Tetris down and then well transferred, and he is Tetris ready and keeping this lead that he'd established. Tetris for SV. 480. Meme Tetris to 411, and now some awkward overhangs for Meme. Misses the S spin. It's going to cause her more burns. SV cruising along. Was Tetris ready, but decided to just use the bar to fill in a bar dependency. And gets another pair of bars, gets the Tetris into 19 at 550. Meme is 7 lines away, currently at 420. Tetris for SV. Tetris for Meme. Right now, as we go into the 19 speeds, SV definitely has the reins on this game. Meme going into transition 445, a full 110,000 points behind SV's transition score. That is 5 Tetrises. Another pair of Tetrises here for SV is ready for another. And another Tetris. Now in real time, 6 Tetrises ahead. Does have a full level's worth of extra lines used. But that is more than enough. But that lead is more than enough to account for those lines. Tetris for SV. Meme still digging. We'll get the bar just a bit too late. Reopens. Is Tetris ready? Gets the bar. Gets the Tetris up to 531. SV, a bit of a slowdown here, but not a full one. We're going to get nice and cleaned up. At that dependency, we'll take a skim into level 23 at 740. Meme is going to Tetris up to 570. And double into level 23, 574. So that's about 160k lead for SV in terms of the pace going into level 23. Meme is getting clean now. Opens up the right hand side, gets the bar, gets the Tetris into level 24. SV already into level 25, 866, a 250k real-time lead. That is deceiving. It's still more like 160k still. Another Tetris for SV came down. As Meme is still digging. Tetris for SV. Meme has got a lot of work ahead of her. Another Tetris for SV. And Meme is still struggling. Is going to open up that right hand side, gets the bar, gets the Tetris up to 658, going into level 26, 659. SV has the max out on level 27. A 350k real-time lead, that's 10 Tetrises. Is behind by 11 lines is Meme, that's only 3 Tetrises worth of lines. And SV has a 10 Tetris real-time lead, this is at least a 7 Tetris pace lead for SV. But Tetrises for Meme. SV is going to be on row 3 right now, as he's waiting on the bar. About to hit kill screen, makes another hole in this board. 2 lines from kill screen, going to take the triple into at A95 for SV. Let's see if he can bring this board down. Playing in a bit of 29-2. Oh, this board is creeping up high, gets the 5 tap, not getting these pieces over. SV struggling, and SV is going to be done at BO5. BO5 is going to be SV's top out score, which means Meme is in a chase down. Gonna Tetris into kill screen at 819. So that's about a 300k post needed. Takes a Tetris up to 857. Tetris for Meme to 894. Still 200k required. Getting droughted early on, gets the bar, gets the Tetris. 939 for Meme. Just over 4 Tetrises required. Tetris for Meme. 978. 3 Tetrises required. But has about 70 lines to work with, so even if she just skims out, that's going to be about 2 Tetrises worth of points on its own. So a single Tetris with some line out could be enough. You don't want to be risking too much on these level 29 speeds, even. Meme blocks off the well, reopens it as the bar comes for the Tetris, up to A47, needs BO5, or BO6. BO6 is going to be the score she needs. BO5 is what SV got. Takes a triple, not taking any risks, less than a Tetris away, and has far more than 30 lines to go. So can just line this out the rest of the way. Tetris would do... Ooh, the hang of that L in the center of the board could be dangerous, but gets a nice pair of bars to fill in that center. Three lines left. And that's gonna... Oh no, that's it. Not quite it. There it is. For Meme. Meme is gonna take game 2. Meme taking absolutely no risks is, yeah, as SV saying, Gerald Freemaning it out, just lining out all she needs to, not in any real risk. And that will be what will take her up to 2 games up. That is the power of that 29 play. Turning a 300,000 point deficit into a win. And she pops off into the 1.3 and the level 40. Damn. I mean, the seed is FFF. Perhaps the seed is telling us something. But we're going to see some Fs on the screen this game. Tetris is to start out from these players. Meme with the J dependency on the left hand side. Having to fill out that left bit. He's going to take some burns to bring this board down. Has now that double hole in the left hand side. Going to throw a J down there. And a bar, still an L dependency, gets an L to fill it in. Filling in this board the cost of a few burns. SV takes a Tetris, so does Meme. SV with a slight lead early on, does not go for the bits there. We'll get the bar for the Tetris. It's pretty even early on. SV with a SV did have the slight edge, but now SV's going to have a bit more of an edge. As Meme with some awkward placements is going to be taking a few more burns. SV is Tetris ready, gets the bar, gets the Tetris. Didn't get that L all the way over to column 1. So he's going to have to take some more, or wait for a bar to fill in that left hand side. Gets the bar. Now that big overhang, the 6 high Vits turns it into just a regular Vits, spins the J in there, turns it into a S tuck, gets a Z spin in there, turns it into a J tuck, gets the J, gets the bar, gets a Tetris. Some transmogrification happening on SV's board, but he has turned it into a clean stack and some Tetris. Tetris for SV up to 213, Tetris for Meme up to 118, so SV with the 4 Tetris lead, with a couple lines in hand, but really it is just a clean 4 Tetris lead for SV. SV with some no rows there, but gets the very nice J tuck. Would love a Z here. Will spin tuck the T. That was a spin tuck of the J, in fact, and the spin tuck of the T. So very nice here for having some rotation issues, it seems. Now SV setting up the Vits. Gets the bar for the Vits, is now double Tetris ready. There's a double and a Tetris for SV up to 284 and a Tetris for SV up to 307. Meme takes the Tetris up to 209. Taking another Tetris up to 232. SV Tetrises to 352 is 8 lines ahead, but is 5 Tetrises ahead in real time. So SV with the definite pace lead, even with something happening with those rotations. Hopefully that's something fixed. Ooh, another misdrop there for SV. Is going to get the bar for the Tetris. It's the S spin. Getting set up again. Nice and clean. Tetris for Meme, Tetris for SV. exactly a 5 Tetris lead here right now for SV. Tetris for SV. Tetris for Meme. Trying to not let SV extend this lead, but he's going to, as Meme taking a couple extra skims. Tetris for SV. Tetris for Meme. Players are kind of coasting through these lines in 18 right now. SV just holding on strong to this lead. Another trade of Tetrises. Looks like we're in drought here, but the drought not going to be too long. SV going to end it off, but Meme with a blocked off well. Just going to have to reopen things. Gets the bar, gets the Tetris. But now Meme down by 6.5 Tetrises. I mean, we saw her down by more in game 2 and still end up winning. But it's not a comfortable position to be in. Hello there, Cobra. Tetris for SV. Tetris for Meme. A colon 3 to you too, Cobra. Tetris for both players. We're about to hit transition here very soon. SV going to take a couple burns to clean up this board a little bit. Tetris for Meme, Tetris for SV. And a meow to you too, Catnip. Both players in now. 655 for SV. What a transition. 506 right now for Meme. Tetris for Meme, Tetris for SV. Another Tetris for SV. Players going to level 20. SV with 160k lead real time. And is behind in lines, in fact. Takes a pair of Tetrises into level 21. 779 for SV. Tetris in at 588 for Meme. So just under a 200k lead here right now so far for SV. It's feeling like a repeat of game 2 so far, but will SV be able to survive? Or be able to keep this lead through to the 29 speeds and survive on it? Tetris for Meme, Tetris for SV. Tetris for Meme, Tetris for SV. They're just trading these back and forth. Tetris for Meme, Tetris for SV. Into level 23. Meme taking some burns, but gets the bar for the Tetris. SV also takes the Tetris. Oh, very nice J-tuck adjustment there from SV on those 19 speeds. Lightning fast reactions. And then the Tetris for SV. Tetris for Meme and Tetris for SV. They're just trading it back and forth, but this 200k lead for SV is not budging. So we're halfway through the 19 speeds. This is a must-win game for SV. He's backed into the corner, down 2-0. And then Tetris for Meme, Tetris for SV. Another Tetris for Meme. Another Tetris for SV. SV is already at 1.1 on level 26. What is this game from SV? Another Tetris and another Tetris. 1.2 into level 27 as Meme, throwing that Z on the right hand side, is going to be forced to take some more burns. And another Tetris for SV. Tetris for SV, 1.27. Tetris for SV, that's a 1.3 before kill screen. Still has a potential 2 Tetris left. Those squares are going to come in the way. He's going to block off one of those Tetrises worth of lines. Takes the skim and the Tetris, the 1.34 into kill screen for SV. Meme's going to go in at 1.05. Not a bad kill screen transition score at all, but is 300,000 points behind. What can SV do this game on 29 speeds, though? That's going to be the question. He just really needs to stay alive. Get some extra points. Gets the Tetris on level 30. Just a slight lead here for SV. Another Tetris for SV as Meme is digging. Well over 300k in the lead on level 31. And SV has the better board. Triple here for SV in the center. No need for him to go aggro right now. This Meme is still digging. Getting this board down though is Meme. And SV cruising into level 33 with a 7 Tetris lead, 320k in the lead, and gets another Tetris! Up to 1.5 on level 33! And another Tetris! 1.55 now. SV is in a bit of a situation. Gets the bar for that dependency. Didn't get the J for the other dependency, and SV hanging that T on the left hand side. SV going to be done at 1.55, so Meme is in a chase down. Needs 1.56, has 40 lines to do it. And he's getting droughted. He's praying, Meme hanging some pieces, not getting the bar, gets the bar for the Tetris. Bringing the board down a little, but can she dig that? And if she can, will she have enough time to bring this board down? No, she can't. She tops out at 1.3. And SV is good for game number 3. We're going to be going to game 4 here with a crazy pace there from SV. 1.55. Start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Some 2022 Joseph gameplay. I came into the community just a smidge late to have seen that live and in person. I mean, I came into the community around the start of 2022, but I didn't start like watching matches until a bit after then. SV is playing one-handed to start things off, but we'll switch over. Oh wow! Very nice 5 and below that from SV on the right hand side. That guys, that's a 5 and below, right? Adjusting the J to tuck the O, and that's a 5 and below, isn't it? I know my adjustments so well. I'm trying to learn them better. Yeah, just the one-handed play to start things off. It's not going to work out too well for him as he's gone off to a 3 Tetris deficit. Gets the triple bars and isn't able to use any of them. Tetris. Well, that's only not quite going to be Tetris ready. Is SV. Oh, blocks off this long bar dependency as the bar comes and another bar comes he can't use. It's just not a nice board at all here for SV. Tetris for Meme. Already a 4.5 Tetris lead. SV does have 7 lines in hand, is going to open up this bar dependency. Yeah, SV's getting punished hard here. Opens up the bar dependency again. Gets the bar, gets that Sentinel Tetris, but is going to come out of it a bit bloodied. Behind by 5 Tetrises, gets another Sentinel Tetris. 124k for SV, 224k for Meme. Almost exactly 100k lead for Meme through these first 60 lines. SV having to take more burns, a bit of a drought. Did form that. Meme taking some skins, gets the Tetris, Simul Tetris almost there. 278 playing 173. Now SV is going to be the one who has to pull on the afterburners. We've seen some amazing 19 play from SV. Being able to either get or increase his lead on those 19 speeds, but this board for SV needed lots of pieces to tuck in and is not getting any of them. Oh, this is not nice here for SV. Taking that skim, opening up that right hand side, gets the skim, throws the bar down there, but it's only going to be a single. Gets another bar, a split double. It needs another bar. It is now going to be able to get a Tetris with it once this bar comes, or if this bar comes even, in a 15-piece route. Gets the bar, gets the Tetris up to 252. Meme Tetris is up to 358. Tetris for SV, Tetris for Meme, a simul Tetris in fact, and another Tetris for Meme. Lines are equal. Score is 5 Tetrises in the lead for Meme, 403 to 281, and a Tetris for SV, Tetris for Meme. We're past the 100 line mark. SV now with a 3 high tuck setup. Gets the bar for the Tetris, going to spin J under there, get the T tuck. He's got the Tetris ready. 15 lines away from transition. It plays for the most part clean. Tetris for SV. Ooh, Meme with that overroll. Bringing the Z in column 1 and 2. Gonna make some balls up high on that board. She's gonna. Ooh, nice skip there from Meme. Gonna get the bar for the Tetris to bring this down. The bar flat would be lovely. But bar flat came a piece too late, so it didn't resolve everything as it would have done just a piece earlier. Oh, was there a spin that I missed there? SV is going to transition at 422, a far cry from the 650 we saw last game. Meme in at 544, about the same as what we saw last game. Now it's going to be SV having the 5 Tetris deficit. Gets the Tetris into level 20. Playing up very high, very aggressively. Another Tetris for SV and another Tetris for SV. And another Tetris for SV as Meme takes a Tetris. SV into level 21 at 549, Meme in at 625, so it's already closed down that gap a little bit. And Meme making a misplacement is going to take some more burns. Burning through more of that lead. It's SV trying to get up another Tetris of having to make some holes. Gonna have to duck out of that Tetris setup and switch back over to the right hand side. Nice and clean. There's the bar, Tetris for SV. Bar, Tetris for SV and for Meme. 624 into level 23 for SV. Tetris for Meme at 704 into level 23. So an 80,000 point lead still for Meme into level 23. Tetris for SV into 24. Meme taking some burns. Tetris for SV. Real time, the lead is now in SV's favour, but is ahead by 7 lines. Meme takes the Tetris, brings the lead back, but the lead has shortened a whole lot here. Tetris for SV, and another Tetris for SV, and SV now has a Tetris lead real time. It's ahead by 10 lines. But base lead is only about a Tetris and change in Meme's favour right now. SV now with the centre row 5 Tetris setup. The bar doesn't come in time, has to bail out of it, and is now going to be in a situation, hangs the bar, can't get the bar over to column 1, and SV is going to be done at 786. And that means Meme is good for game 4 and will take it 3-1. GG's meme. Yeah, that game 3 was very good.
Longbar dependency, gonna take the triple there for knight. Let's give Alex a chance to maybe build a slight lead. But Alex having to take some burns here and there too. 126 to 142. Nice looking stacks for both players. T-Tuck set up and executed by Alex Thatch. These boards have been just climbing all game. It must be a droughty seed because here we go again. There's the long bar finally for knight to go to 174. And there's a Tetris for Alex Hatch to go to 214. And another one for knight. Almost back to backs there. 259 to 221. 259, 243. So this is a real-time lead for Alex Thatch as the line count is the same. About a half a Tetris lead. These players exhibiting some DAS tendencies, and by that I mean the infamous DAS head shake, as the seed has been throwing them a fair number of curveballs, having to result in some compromises here and there. Both players have handled it just fine though. Alex Thatch maybe with a slightly more efficient start, currently at 329, knight at 256. I don't feel like I trust that Tetris rate on Alex Thatch's board, because at the same line count his Tetris rate is lower than knight's and has a higher score, so that doesn't make sense. Knight's board starting to get a little dirty here. Oh no, that was a misdrop from knight. Gets the long bar over. Good skim of the double. Has to put a square over that hole though on the left side. This is going to be a pretty extended dig sequence from knight. 292. That's a dirty Tetris from knight though. Never mind. I mean, it's still going to be a dig sequence, but if you're going to down stack, Tetris is the way to go. 318 to 449. As knight is working her way down this stack. Finally getting some pieces and the board under control. 472 for Alex Thatch, who's also not clean, but certainly hasn't been burning as much. And is now set up for Tetris. 473 to 351. Oh no, Alex doesn't get that T all the way over. Does get the T spin though, would love a long bar to fill out that left side. Oh no, knight. I think had to pause for a second. Yeah. Had to pause for a second. No problem. Continue on. We have a dirty Tetris set up for knight. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll find out. There's a dirty Tetris there from knight. 376 to 528. Alex Thatch about 10 lines away from transition. Knight about 8 lines away. There's a Tetris for Alex Thatch. 551 to 382. Knight is set up for another dirty. Alex going in at 599. Almost set up for Tetris. Now set up for a Tetris. And gets the bar. 626. Knight's in at 431. Center well column 7. Tetris for Knight. There's another one right behind it, 480 to 629. As Knight is looking to try to make something happen here in the level 19 speeds to make up this deficit. It's another Tetris for Knight to go to 533, 681 for Alex Thatch. Both players stacking up for yet another Tetris. Both players Tetris ready as of now. Now holding up for the long bar, Alex Thatch gets one. Knight does get one just in time. 563 to 735 into 22. There's another Tetris for Alex Thatch, just pouring on the points here in the post. Knight doing well too, though. Knight currently at 599, so it's already gotten more than 200k in post. Line 169 for Knight. Hey now, line 176 for Alex Thatch. Tetris to go to 826. And the hey now counter is at 1. So another Tetris for Knight. Alex Thatch can't figure out what level it was on. Still can't figure out what level it's on. Keeps saying it's 18. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's 24. I don't know. You tell me. Level 25? Maybe. Maybe it's level 25. Maybe it's level 18. Knight with a dirty Tetris center well. 5 off the bottom. Goes to 784. A 3 high setup, but there's nothing that can fit in there. Gonna have to just try to burn it away. Level 26 at 789, 994 for Alex Thatch, who is just calm, steady, and scoring right now. 1 million max out score for Alex Thatch. 796 for Knight, who is a little behind in lines, so could make some of this up with that deficit, but still definitely behind in pace. 804 to 1,068,000. There's a Tetris for both players. The tapping just a little off tonight, but that was a really beautiful Vitz setup in level 28 for Knight. 850 now, 885. 1.138 for Alex Thatch. Into the second transition into kill screen. And Knight tops out right at 29. Transition a little high. No bar came to bail him out. 887 will not be enough. Alex Thatch currently at 1.222. We'll take game number 1. GG's. Three, two, one. Tetris. Alex shaking his head. I don't know if it's because he was trying to hear commentary that wasn't happening, or if because he had to burn a double. But both these players certainly have had their DAS head shake moments so far in game number 1. Not sure. I can't imagine it's the gameplay too much. I mean, the play has been pretty good.